Hello everybody, my name is KingStix. I am a Masters Warwick main. I've played a whole lot of Warwick. I know everything that's in his kit. Today I'm going to be showing you 5 key Warwick mechanics that will help improve your gameplay and help you to win more games. So starting out, I'm going to go over each ability and the trick that I'm going to be showing you with it. Starting out with his Q. The main one that you need to keep in mind when playing Warwick is that your Q has more range than your auto attack. It's difficult to tell because if you hover your cursor over it, it doesn't actually show you its range. So you just have to get a feel for it. I'll show you what I mean. So walking up to attack this dummy, you can see that to attack the dummy behind it, I have to walk closer. You see that movement? So I have to walk. But check this out. With my Q, it's instant. My Q has more range than my auto attacks. This is a very important feature in pretty much every situation, especially when you're trying to chase someone down. So let's pretend like this guy's running away from me. So I'd get off an auto attack and then Q through, because as I'm getting off that auto attack, he's going to have moved farther away as I'm autoing him. So while he's doing that, I'd hover it and go through. The second tip for your Q is the detach. The second tip I have for your Q is attaching and just using it normally. So your Q, whenever you use it, you can't be like knocked up or CC'd. You'll just go straight through it. For example, whenever I go in to bite him, during that animation right there, if he were to try to stun me or knock me up, I'd be completely unaffected. So to make that last even longer, let's say I want to go through Alistar because I don't want him to knock me up, I'll just Q through. And during that whole animation from the very beginning to the very end, I cannot be knocked up. Tip number 1, we have the Q has more range than your auto. Very good. And tip number 2, you can go through. Now, tip number 3 that I want to show you guys is when to attach and when to use your Q as normal. And whenever I say attach, I'm just talking about queuing through them. A normal Q would just be this. That's a normal Q. And to attach, of course, you just hold down your Q button. Very simple. So hold down Q to attach. Just hold it the whole time. Very easy. And to use it as normal, just press it like a normal ability. Just press once. Very simple. All right, so in a situation, let's pretend this guy's like got 20 HP and I want to kill him real quick. So I'm low on HP and this guy is really low too, and I want to kill him real quick. So I don't want to Q through him because that's going to keep me under the turret. I just want to bite him. So this is when you're going to want to use your Q normally, especially when you're going in for the one shot, just like this. Bite and run away. But let's pretend I messed up and accidentally attached. This is what would happen. I'm like, accidentally hold down my Q. Oh shit, oh, I'm not gonna get away. And then I could have easily died there. So you get the point. Whenever you're dealing in dive situations, you typically want to avoid it. Or let's pretend that the enemy's team is like right behind them. And you're like, oh shit, the enemy team's coming out of the bush, but I want to kill this guy real quick. You just bite and run. Otherwise, if you were to hold it down, well, now you're inside the enemy team and you're gonna die. That's something you need to keep in mind whenever you're attaching or detaching. One final thing I want to mention about using Warwick's Q is his auto attacks look like this. His Q looks like this. His Q is an auto attack resetter. You can get off more damage if you use it in between your autos. So for example, if I run up to this guy, auto Q, that was instant. Now look, if I were to just auto attack him, look how slow that is. Or I could just auto Q, auto. I got off 2 autos in a Q in the time it would take me to do 2 normal autos. So that's way more damage. And also, by auto attacking first, you're allowing them to run away. So as they run away, then you can just Q through them. Very simple. Next thing I want to go over is Warwick's W. It's a really good ability. It's also really easy to misuse. So let's pretend I'm going in for a gank. I'm going to clear all the dummies real quick and set up this gank for you guys so you can see it. Spawn, enemy dummy. So let's pretend I'm going in for a gank. Whenever you use your W, it'll target the nearest enemy champion and it'll put this little thing above their head and it'll play a dangerous music in their ears. It's like a kind of like Jaws music. So whenever you do this, the enemy knows you're coming for them. They can even see an indicator right on their little bar right here. So it's important that you don't just use it and run at them like this. They'll know you're coming. Whenever you use it, you want to make sure you're behind them. That way, even if they do start to run, it won't matter. This is to close the distance. It makes you move faster. All right, so for example, I get behind him. I'm out of vision. I use it. By the time he reacts, I'm already on top of him and I can fuck him up. Very rarely do you actually want to use your W like this. The only time you do this is if you already had a bunch of movement speed items and you could easily chase them down and kill them even if they were under their turret. That's typically only when you're hyper fed. So basically if you're smurfing or boosting. That's the tip with the W. That would be tip number 3. Tip number 4 is going to be for the E. I'm going to get some more enemy dummies. Now, it's really easy to misuse your E. A lot of people want to use it just very quickly and immediately tap it. You see that? They just want to use it and then boom. When in reality, you actually want to hold on to it for the most of the part for the full duration. You can use your E while you're on your W. For example, I can still charge it while I'm moving quickly and use it that way to close distance. But in general, you don't want to activate E until you're very close to them. Because let's say I want to get this guy right here. I activate my E all the way back here, and right as I'm about to use it, he flashes. That's why it's better to wait till you're on top of them, because now if he were to flash, I could just flash with him and kill him. See, there's no point in charging up your E. Like, why would I do it like this and put myself in a bad spot? Just get up close and then use it. Very simple. And tip number 5 is with your ultimate. Let's pretend you're fed Warwick. I just bought a bunch of move speed items to show you guys what it can look like and what to look for. With Warwick's ultimate, it gets longer the faster you're moving. For example, when this Yo moves ends, you'll see the length came down by quite a bit. And right now I have boots of mobility. Watch this. And look, I just lost all of it because my boots of mobility and dead man, I lost all the stacks. So whenever you are using your ultimate, it's very easy to miss it. It's a very short line. Look, I want to hit him. I press right here and I missed. I did hit someone else, but I'll show you again. So I'm moving quick. I want to hit him. And it's very easy to click past them. It's a very small, narrow hitbox. So instead of doing it from there and potentially missing, what I highly recommend doing is coming up from behind the enemy, putting pressure on them, attacking them, fearing them, and then while they're feared, then you want to ult. Because guess what? If they're feared, then they can't dodge it. And try to time your ultimate to where you're hitting them right as they're coming out. So for example, feared, 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 and then ult. They have no time to react. Doesn't matter if they're faker, they're going to die. And that's it, guys. Those are my 5 Pro Warwick tips for dummies. Hopefully this does help your gameplay. If you guys want more Warwick content and jungle content, definitely don't forget to subscribe because I make jungle videos and Warwick videos all the time. My name is KingStix. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.
All we do is drive around aimlessly, trying to forget who we want to be, trying to just breathe and be carefree, baby, you and me. Head up in the stars, driving fast cars, feeling like we're outlaws with our deep scars and our fast cars. I'm sorry that we're not who you want us to be. I'm sorry that we never got a degree. I'm sorry that I'm always feeling me and not you. I'm sorry that I'm all up in my own head. I'm sorry that we never go to bed. I'm sorry that we're driving a little too fast, but wouldn't you? All we do is cruise around, trying to find another town to burn to the ground, trying to find a street that we haven't seen, looking for some kind of meaning in the little things that the night brings. We never really gotta be ourselves, so now we're trying to find more ways to rebel. With a foot on the pedal, eyes to the sky, we're gonna fuck it up tonight. I'm sorry that you're not who you want us to be. I'm sorry that we never got a degree. I'm sorry that I'm always feeling me and not you. I'm sorry that I'm all up in my own head. I'm sorry that we never go to bed. I'm sorry that we're driving a little too fast, but wouldn't you? bright. We're searching for a little fun tonight. It's midnight and the lights are bright.